going on with you?
I have the hiccups. Hello, and welcome to another short puppet review. I'm Avery, and today I'm talking about the new space movie. Or I'm going to try and talk about it if these hiccups don't get in the way.
How did you get those anyway?
I ate too many mangoes. So the new Space Jam movie came out as a follow-up, sequel, reboot, sort of, to the original Space Jam movie, which is basically, if you've never heard of it, it's like hold on. Am I done? Anyway, as I was trying to say,
Space Jam was a movie about the Looney Tunes that were going to get abducted by aliens. So they had to win their freedom in a basketball game with Michael Jordan. And Bill Murray was there. It was a very odd movie. It was just an odd movie. But a lot of people really remembered it and think back upon it fondly. Not for anything great, just because it was a really good time. So obviously they wanted to cash in on that sweet nostalgia with a new Space Jam movie. This one's called Space Jam: A New Legacy. This one's the jamminiest. No, the old one was the jamminiest. So this one's the ultra jamminiest. I wonder if that website's still up. This time, instead of following basketball player Michael Jordan, because, he's not really talked about anymore, it's following basketball player LeBron James. Sorry, I paused there because I thought I had another hiccup coming on. Okay, we're good. It follows basketball player LeBron James as he and his son fall into this computer network at Warner Brothers called the Serververse, where they have to play basketball in order to get themselves and all of the other people stuck there free. And he gets the Looney Tunes to help out because that's what makes it Space Jam. You can't have Space Jam without the Looney Tunes. So, once again, a really crazy concept. I mean, this whole thing is crazy, and they just kind of upped it for this quote-unquote sequel. There's a lot of in-jokes, a lot of meta-ness, of course, with other properties that Warner Brothers owns. They're more or less trying to make a podcast. We've got our own universe, too. Why is that a thing? Why is everyone so obsessed with universes? Just individual universes are fine. You start throwing in a billion characters. I see the Scooby-Doo van mixed in with the Wizard of Oz characters. You got Tom and Jerry. It's giving me a headache. But in the grand scheme of things, none of that is really important. So let's talk a little bit about the story, which is a very basic story. You've got LeBron James not really thinking about his son wanting to become a big video game designer and just talking all about basketball and basketball this and basketball that and, oh, I'm famous basketball player, so therefore I only know how to speak basketball. And obviously his son Dom isn't too thrilled about that because he wants to sort of forge his own path. And that's kind of the main A-plot conflict of the movie. Very, very basic, very common plot that we've seen in a lot of kids' movies before. But again, this isn't going for anything great. It's just trying to be a fun time. The thing that actually caught me off guard a bit was the B plot going on, which is once LeBron James gets put into the Serververse and he gets chucked down into Looney Tunes land, it's just bugs there. Yeah, apparently the other Looney Tunes up and went off to explore other parts of the server, and Bugs' whole goal is just to get all of his friends back together. And playing basketball apparently is how they're doing it. So as sort of unoriginal and utterly chaotic that this movie is, I mean, it's clearly bouncing all over the place. It relies a lot more on jokes and you recognizing characters than, actually focusing on the story. But again, I don't think it's trying to go for anything that serious. It just wants you to have a crazy fun time. And I definitely had a crazy fun time with it. There was a lot of stuff that I enjoyed, but nothing that I was too hyped about. I never felt bored though, so I'd list this as, it was an okay movie. It's not one of my favorites, but, I wasn't sitting there wishing that I could be anywhere else, even though I watched this on a streaming platform in the comfort of my own home. So, I was where I would want to be. My point being that overall, it's a pretty decent movie if you're just looking for something a little bit mindless and fun. Or if you really like the original Space Jam, I think you'll have a pretty good time with this. Because it does follow some similar beats to the original Space Jam. Except for two things. One, no Bill Murray. Not entirely a loss there. But two, you know what could have made this a great movie? Where was the song that goes, and man, it's slam, and welcome to the jam? That wasn't in it! The one song everyone remembers from the original Space Jam, it wasn't in this one. I waited. It never showed up. Disappointed. I changed my score. 0 out of 10. Worst movie ever. Did not play the Come On and Slam and Welcome to the Jam. Okay, that was a joke. If you got kids, I definitely recommend it as a fun family movie. Once again, just something to kick back after a long, hard week and relax with the family. Grab some popcorn, pull up, shut your brain off for a few hours, and just totally enjoy. And if you got HBO Max, you can currently do that in the comfort of your own home. Until, I think, HBO Max set a date that it would take it off their platform. And then you gotta go to the movie theater for it, maybe. As weird as HBO's lineup is, I can at least appreciate that when they put things up, you don't have to pay extra for it. I don't know why Disney does that with their movies. They don't do it for Pixar movies. Just with their movies. Why? This review was not supposed to be about Disney. The mouse has gotten me again! Anyway, once again, I had a really fun time with this movie. Nothing really big to write home about. Just a good, fun, silly, or should I say loony time. Yeah. Alright, I shall now finish off this video by telling you all I know about basketball. Which is not much. I know to dribble the ball. You've got to keep the ball dribbling. If you're running, but carrying the ball, that's called traveling, and you can't do that. I know that there's different points based on how you shoot the ball into the basket. And that's it. But are you impressed I even knew that since I'm a bat? Yeah. Alright, I need to get some water or something. These hiccups are driving me crazy. At least I'll have the jam song stuck in my head. Wait, this was bad timing.